Okay, so I'm behind the scenes in my living room for my maternity shoot that I'm taking at 36 weeks and 3 days. I never took one at 20 weeks. I never revealed, oh, we're having a baby on Instagram and social media. It's just kind of just been like doing our own thing. So part of doing our own thing is waiting until the very last month to, kind of reveal Jemiah and everything that we plan on doing. So we plan on doing a unassisted home water birth as well as a Lotus birth. So unassisted just means that we are planning to give birth to Jemiah ourselves. We want to go back to how we used to do it in our roots, like Mama Africa. I want to give birth like Mama Africa. She didn't have any doctors. She just had herself, whomever was around her. She had God, and she had her body. Our body knows exactly what to do during birth. Like, especially women, we're made to do this. Our bodies are really powerful and magical beings. If our body's a being, but super magical and powerful. So it's like, I feel like people today treat births as an emergency, and it shouldn't be treated as an emergency, because if you think about it, then you're bringing your baby into like a trauma-full world, and you want to bring your baby earthside in like less trauma as possible. So in a calming environment. And to me, I just don't like hospitals. I haven't really cared for the doctors since I was younger, so it's kind of been in my heart like this. And I didn't know this is like what I was gonna do the first time I had a child, but this is what was on my heart when we found out that Jemiah was here. And also, she's a gift from God, so God doesn't want us to have a traumaful birth. So we're gonna be at home, in the comfort of our home, saging it out, listening to our meditation music. I'll probably listen to some gospel music or something, who knows, but it's gonna be super calming, and I'm gonna allow my body to do the work it needs to do. I don't need a doctor telling me to push. I don't need all these people in my privates. Like, I just need myself and my fiance. That's it. And then when Jemiah is earthside, then we'll let other people know, oh, by the way, she's here. So yeah, so we're doing a natural, unassisted home birth. I'm super low risk. I've been going to like a midwife and, just keeping up with the precautionary things and doing all the tests and things like that. But I actually did refuse a test. I refused the glucose test. I refused to put a bunch of sugar in my body so they could see how it breaks down. There's no need. I changed my diet during this pregnancy too. I eat strictly alkaline electric foods. Definitely above the 80-20 rule. I'm not 100% there, but I'm definitely within like 90% alkaline diet and lifestyle. I like to call it a lifestyle rather than a diet, because it's more than just a diet. Like, it's for the purpose of being able to naturally cure myself, not having to take medicines, not having to rely on the doctors and Western medicine to feel better, even though like that's what people just assume that you need to go to the doctors for everything, take medicine for everything. You really don't. You just need to eat well, like fruits, vegetables, herbs. That's what I've been eating during the pregnancy. I haven't been taking the prenatals that they wanted me to. I just eat the fruits and vegetables, and everything has been like checking out fine. So that's kind of just my story. Everyone does everything differently, but that's just what I did. Especially for Jemiah, she's a special gift. So I didn't want to start her process on with bad habits, and I consider those bad habits. So, but yeah, so we're behind the scenes. I'm kind of hot. I gotta like cool off. Maybe it's a pregnancy, maybe it's because it's like 60 degrees outside, but I'm like really hot. But yeah, so we're gonna take some pictures soon. I just wanted to like record because we haven't really talked about our birth or what we plan on doing. We kind of just been doing our own thing. Also, we're doing a Lotus birth. So Lotus birth basically is like allowing the placenta and the umbilical cord to detach naturally from the baby, rather than, cutting the umbilical cord. And I know like during hospital births, it's typical for them to, as soon as the baby's out, they, you know, cut the umbilical cord and like they take the placenta and they do whatever the hell they want to do with it. I'm not a fan of that. So the placenta basically is the baby's like blood supply. Like, so the placenta grows inside of you while the baby is developing, and it's the baby's blood supply that's and it's not your blood supply. So the baby has their own blood supply inside of you while it's growing during the 9 to 10 months that it's growing in there. So that's the placenta. So after you give birth to the baby, then you also have to give birth to the placenta as well. And then what the umbilical cord is attached to is the placenta. So yeah, what we're gonna do is a Lotus birth, and that's just allowing it to detach naturally. Also, since the placenta is like the baby's blood supply, cutting it off too soon, like that can cause so many issues for your child. Like it could cause like anemia, it could cause deficiencies in brain development, it could cause deficiencies in breathing. And that's because like it's the baby's blood supply. Like you're cutting off all of the baby's blood supply as soon as it comes to earthside. Like you have to allow the baby to kind of like get used to being on earthside. It's been inside your body for like 9-10 months. So you think cutting the one thing that it was comfortable with for 9 to 10 months is not going to cause any trauma? It definitely will. I'm not a medical doctor, but it definitely will. So we're going to allow Jemiah's placenta to come off naturally. I bought some supplies to like properly care for it when it comes. Like I bought like a colander, I think that's what it's called, where I could clean it out, a bowl to clean it out. After she's born, I'm gonna wait a couple hours to actually clean it with the water. Excuse me, but I bought that stuff. I bought like a little bag to hold it in because I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. It could take between 3 to 10 days. So, but in my opinion, I'm like, okay, well, if she's had it for 9 to 10 months, then what's another 3 to 10 days? You know, it's nothing. I bought a bag. I bought some salt, some pink salt, like Himalayan pink salt, to help dry it out. So the whole process is like you need to clean it off, dry it out, and continue to dry it out. And like as days progress, the umbilical cord will eventually stop pulsing. It really should stop pulsing like that same day of birth, because that's typically what I've been seeing. And it'll be like completely dry. It's gonna like feel like a cord or something. We'll see. We'll be recording the process, but and then eventually it's gonna fall off. So same like how your baby's umbilical cord falls off by itself, same process, but we're just allowing the placenta and the cord to stay attached to her throughout that. It's not like I'm gonna take her out the house or anything during that time, so she'll be fine in the house with me. So, but yeah, that's what we plan on doing. I'm not sure if you can see my stomach. Let me see. I'll put it down. But this is Jemiah. She is 36 weeks and 3 days at this point. Let's see. I think today is February 9th. Her expected due date is March 5th. So we'll see when she decides to come out. But I really hope she does come out in March, because 3 is one of my favorite numbers. So, but this is Maya, Miss Jemiah Jocelyn, the queen herself. She is coming. So everybody be prepared for your queen is coming. But yeah, that's all I got to say. I've probably been talking for 10 minutes at this point. All right, peace out.